morning, good afternoon, good evening to all of my wonderful and beautiful little lovelies out there. And how I love you all, so, and I hope that you're all super duper well, super duper wonderful, and super duper delish. And the life is treating you most deliciously. Okay, my little lights, thank you, little lights, you're delicious and bright. I got lots of lights, lots of lights, lots of lights, okay? And I hope that you're feeling the love. You continue to feel the love, my little honey bunnies. Now then, my delicious little babies, so the time is, what's the time, Mr. Wolf? So it's 1:27 p.m. In our old England, my delicious little babies, okay, on the 13th of May, 2026. It has been, if it's raining, it's raining. It's been absolutely peeing it down, my delicious babies, in our old England, in my neck of the woods in our old Brummyland, okay? Now, the thing is, my delicious little babies, is that at the end of the day, well, you know, there's rather a lot of wind. It was absolutely pelting it down. And, well, it shows the state of our affairs in, in our old England, in my part anyway, my delicious babies in our old Brummyland in Birmingham, okay? There's a Birmingham in different parts of the world, isn't there, my delicious babies? You've always got a Birmingham, haven't you? You've got a Kensington, you know, you've got so many, haven't you? But we must remember the Wellington. If you look at my hair marriage babies, what does that remind you of? Is it a Little Mermaid? Do you remember the Little Mermaid marriage babies? There used to be like little stories, little storybooks. Anyway, marriage babies, I just thought about that. No, but of course, you could always say that, you got the mane, of a horse. You know what I mean? Martin babies. Now then, oh, here comes Royal Mail. Postman pet, postman pet, postman pet, and his black and white cats. Early in the morning, just as day is dawning. Yeah, they always use an old-fashioned saying, Martin babies. It's decades old. And the saying is, the early bird catches the worm. Okay, Martin, babies, so now what am I going to do? That doesn't mean Martin, babies. Now then, so where am I going to start? Let's make a start. There's 3 videos today, Martin, babies. Now then, so the first one, Martin, babies. Now, this man is good. And by the way, with anybody not in that way, it just wants to stay like a little mermaid, doesn't it, Martin, babies? Now then, so this one, because this uploader is called Capital R, they're all on YouTube. Capital R, Reinvent, so it's all one word, I'll spell it for you, RERN, then Vent, VENT, it's all together. In no man's land together, and then space, capital M, money. We're talking about money, money. We're talking about money, money. Okay, my babies. Now then, what year was the songs? My babies, okay? I may do a few more songs as I go along. Right now then, okay, Martin, just depends how I feel. Just depends what comes into my noddle. Okay. That's something else I want to say just before I proceed. No, let me just finish first and I'll tell you. This uploader happens to have 80.9 thousand subscribers. And the video should read, Alex Krainer. I'm not talking to our delicious babies who already know in the journalist world. I'm talking to our delicious babies who are not aware of this man, okay? I'll repeat again. Alex Krainer, Trump's lousy cards, regime change, Iran, China, Europe. Okay, my delicious babies, so I'll just repeat that again for you. Reinvent money, 80.9 thousand subscribers, that's the uploader. Sorry, excuse me. Alex Krainer, Trump's lousy cards, regime change, Iran, China, Europe. Now, Alex Krainer happens to have his own channel, okay? I'll spell it for you, his surname. Capital Krainer. Now, occasionally he talks to our lovely Not In That Way, our lovely Mornings with Mal K on Rumble. and her dear husband Rob. Not in that way, not in that way. And they have a really banging conversation. Okay, by the way, Mel Kerr has got a book out, her latest book. She is at number one, okay, in her categories, Martin Stuck Babies. If you please like to listen to our lovely Mornings with Mel K on Rumble, then please feel free to drop over there and take a wee listen now. Okay, Martin Stuck Babies, please and thank you. Now then, I was sparing a thought, about the word conscious, or what is it, conscience. I always there's a word, and how I always remember it is I break the words up, so it will be conscience. Okay, Martin, babies. It was on my noddle this morning. I was having one of my juicy little showers, because we're very thankful for water, aren't we, Martin, babies? And we're very thankful for the rain, just not every effing day. You know what I mean, Martin, babies? Yes. Anyway, so really, if you actually look at that word, I mean, some may have done, some may not. But if you look at it, it's done telling you, isn't it? Science. So you put the word together, conscience. Okay, Martin, babies, just thought I'd mention it. Now then, but Alex Krainer, bless him, this video, not in that way, not in that way, is over an hour long. Okay, Martin, just look babies, but you can find him on his own channel on YouTube. Okay, and he's like the majority, they're all on different platforms. I should imagine he's probably on Rumble, Locals. There's lots of different channels, Martin, just look babies, platforms. Sorry, rather. Okay. But it's good to listen to. Now, he was recently on, was it another channel? And there was four of them. Okay, Martin, the Stuck Babies, four uploaders, and I'm pretty sure it was it four? No, it wasn't. No, it could be, oh, you know what, I'm getting myself all mixed up now. No, that was our lovely, not in that way, not in that way, our lovely Catherine Austin Fitz. Okay, Martin, the Stuck Babies, and you had dear Ian Davis, and then you had the one whose channel it was, and then you had bless, not in that way, not in that way with any of them, Simon Dixon. Now, I still want Martin Babies, I'm going to say it in my camera, my beautiful Alex Cristoforo, and dear, not in that way, not in that way, with dear Alex Mercury's. Okay, because they have the Duran as well, Martin Babies, the do ran on YouTube, Martin Babies. They're also on Rumbles, Locals, they're on all different platforms as well, Martin Babies. I really want them to talk to Simon Dixon. So to anybody out there, Martin Babies, because if you're going to do the rounds. There we are, with decent uploaders. You know what I mean? The way I see it is, it's a bit like swap shop. I've just got swap shop, you know what I mean? Let's just have a bit of swapping and changing going on, you know what I mean? Martin, babies, yes, okay. I'm saying it for a reason, because at the end of the day, all that I want to see is that more and more and more, because more and more, there we are getting it, you know what I mean? Martin, babies, but you can also go on my beautiful, I think it's juicy and delicious. Our beautiful Alex Cristoforo channel. Okay, on YouTube, Martin the Babies Kai, and yeah, he's really good, and he's really excellent. Well, he's not just good; he's excellent in my view, in my eyes, anyway. Okay, and he's and of course, with other his subscribers who comments, but he's very good at impersonations. Martin, he's really banging at that, do you know what I mean? But he does make me smile. Oh, he makes my heart flutter every time I look at him. Martin, oh gosh, how gorgeous he is. He's really gorgeous. He's the most, I never needed to stumble, the most gorgeous man in this whole world, universe, planet, whatever anybody wants to call us. You know what I mean? Okay, Manchester Space. He's just stunning. You know what I mean? So I listen to the videos. Of course I do. I listen every single day. But oh, you know, like when you're like a teenager, you know, you just drooling. Okay, Manchester Space. It's like that. So I mean, some would say, well, you're just flipping pathetic. You know what I mean? But I do not think so. You know, you've got to have like that kind of out of anybody in the world, you've got to have one, haven't you? And and he's it. You know what I mean? He's just flipping stunning, man. So for that alone, I listen to his videos. You know what I mean? Just to look at his boat race every day. He's a blessing. You know what I mean? Martin Space, but yeah, yeah, he's really good, little Alex. And what he does is he travels around different parts of Cyprus, Greece, Martin Space, because that's where he lives over in that neck of the woods. And he shows you all the different parts, and it is there we are. It is really, really good, but at the same time, he also shows you, like he's been in Athens lately, and there's lots of graffiti there. Now, nobody minds if you know, because ones can be creative, but don't bring the countries down with all of this. Now, then we've got it here, baby, just over the lakes. You know what you've got there is, I mean, it's so beautiful for our beautiful little swans, ducks, geese, little hoots, little seagulls. Then you've got the crows, little magpies, little pigeons, and you've got little birdies, creatures great and small, not forgetting our beautiful, they're also beautiful, little herring, because there's only one of her. But the point is, you got graffiti all over it. And you know, I've got to be honest, Mads babies, you know, I was in two noddles, you know, up here, I'm a noddle. And I thought, shall I get, you know, maybe, you know, ask some, you know, some like put a sign up and get some paints. You know what I mean? Mad delicious babies, because if you try and scrub it off, you'll be there forever and a day. But you know, just get one so we can make it really nice, you know, for the beautiful little swans and ducks and everything. Not only that, but for ones who are walking around, because you look at the beauty and then you flipping see the poxy flipping graffiti. Do you know what I mean, Mardish bags? It just brings everywhere down, man. I'm not saying that ones are not creative, but come on, give us an effing break now then. But it ruins other countries, you know, who have got graffiti. But well, why? You know, you're talking beautiful buildings and everything. Anyway, it just makes me damn well rink. I just get so damn well rink flipping mad. Do you know what I mean? Mad to describe this. There's just no need for it. If ones want to express themselves, maybe do something that we are more harmonious or something. I don't know. That just came into my noddle, mad to babies. Anyway, right. So that's the first one. Okay, mad to babies. And of course, you can go on our lovely Duran, okay, which is also on YouTube, Martinish Babies. I think they're up to 526,000 subscribers now, Martinish Babies. I'm not sure about Alex Krainer's um, channel, Martinish Babies, but he spoke to Simon Dixon, who's now up to 154,000 subscribers, Martinish Babies. Okay, so this is what we want to get, do you know what I mean? Okay, um, you know, because at the end of the day, ones want to listen to, you know, sensible conversation, isn't it? Not a load of shit. You know what I mean? Martin babies. Nobody wants to listen to a load of shit. Okay, Martin babies. Now the next one. This one here, Martin babies. I've seen this uploader a number of times. Okay, not in that way, not in that way. The uploader's called Mario, capital M. Okay. Space Norfal. I'm going to spell that for you. Capital N AWFAL. That's his surname, Mads Babies, I assume. Mario Space Norfal is up to 265,000 subscribers on YouTube, Mads Babies. And the video should read, this might, Matt, be the next pandemic. Okay, Mads Babies, so I'm just going to repeat that for you, shall I? This might be the next pandemic. Then W / Dr. Robert W. Malone. Yes, Martin, baby, so that this one's ticked off. Now, what's all this talking about? At the beginning, I listened to what I feel, some sarcasm somewhere. Okay, Martin, babies now. I thought, shall I advertise the video or shouldn't I? Now, the fact of the matter is, Martin babies, they're talking, having a conversation, which this video, I think, is just over 30 minutes long, Martin babies, that's not coding. And they're discussing this hantavirus. Okay, Martin babies, me personally, I feel it's just a load of bullshit and nobody must pay any attention to it whatsoever. But it was amazing the sarcasm that was, oh, pardon me, sorry, excuse me, Martin babies, that was taking place. You know, like Robert Malone was talking about, clicks and likes and all that. Then Mario turned around and bounced back, sort of bounced back with it and said, he's got ones who do good thumbnails. Do you follow my gist, Martin babies? Yes. Anyway, well, of course, you're going to find a lot of it on the internet because it does its, there we are, it does its rounds, Martin babies, it does its rounds. Anyway, my delicious babies. But anyway, the point is the point. If you've got a cruise ship, now I've known a long time about this for days and days. Okay, my delicious babies. Now, the fact of the matter is, let's get real. Okay, and then you've got, let's get ready to rumble. Let's get ready to rumble. Get ready, get steady, and rumble. Everybody rumble. Okay, my babies, I'll just make the words up as I go along. Well, the fact of the matter is, if you've got a lot of elderly who are cruising, okay, well, you're going to find for most of them, my babies, there we are. It's ding, ding, dong, dong, common sense. Now, before I proceed any further, my heart goes out to everybody. I do say this from time to time on my videos. My heart goes out to anybody who very sadly, even if they took one, okay, they were allowed to. It's one big effing scam, man, okay? It's one of the biggest scams in the world ever done, okay, in 2020, Martin. It's just babies. And my heart goes out, but not to the little effers like the box in the corner of the room or different platforms all across the board who push this shit out. Okay, Martin, babies, because my heart does not go out to them at all. They get what old-fashioned Jamaicans saying they will, what they're duck down given. So if they happen to have problems themselves with the health, well, they shouldn't have been pushing it out to everybody else, isn't it? Look at the ones with high subscribers. And it's sickening to damn well see when you had, ones with over 1 million subscribers and are wearing a mask. What's that doing with their subscribers, Martin? Babies, it's follow the leader. That's exactly what's happened. And then what did we end up in the world with, Martin? Babies? A load of effing shit, man. That should never have happened. Okay? So, getting back to the matter in hand with this video very quickly. Shan't keep you long, Martin babies. And by the way, I'm not swearing or shouting at any of you, Martin babies. You know fully well that I never do that. And thank you for any views, for any likes, the occasional comments, okay? But as we very well know, I'm being shadow banned big time, okay? Martin babies, there we are, big times, okay? But there's always someone seeing and there's always someone hearing. So thank you to whoever you are. And may you be blessed. There we are, forever and a day. Because one way or another, my delicious babies, there we are. My video, my information, there we are. Gets out big times. Okay, my delicious babies, big times. And that's why I'm in the position I am, being shadow banned. Okay, my delicious babies, now then. So, the point is, my delicious babies, this is nothing to worry about. But if you look on a cruise ship, for most of them, they probably took a lot of, there we are, the jibby jabs, the boosters and everything. Well, of course, what's going to happen, depending on which one they took. Well, you're going to have a serious issue, aren't you, Martin? Babies, okay? So at the end of the day, ones have to read in between the lines, not believe the bullshit, okay? There we are, because that is what this is, damn well bullshit. And it should be called out and bless some uploaders, because we cannot say that about everybody, okay? Some of them, there we are really pushing this poxy narrative out about what's going on, mad babies. And of course, they're going bing, 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 clicks, likes, everything, because you're going to find a lot, which we did years ago. You only have to look at some of the comments. Oh, well, I took this to keep myself safe. Well, 9 times out of 10, Mads, little babies, okay? You're going to still have a large percentage who, at the end of the day, who have to, and they fully believe this shit. Okay, Mads, little babies, some others do have them, very sadly. So if anybody's out there that happens to listen to my video, well, I couldn't give a shit. There we are. I'm just done telling it the way it is. It's a load of shit. Nobody must not believe, isn't it? But I did say long time back, and so did others, but I always say, the second time around. When I was little, my delicious little babies. When I was just a little girl, I asked my mother, what would I be? Okay, my delicious little babies. When I was a wee young lass now. So I never had a bike, but a bike. But my sister did. She had a BMX, and I used to go out on it because when she wasn't using it, it was a blue one, I never forget, with a silver BMX and everything. Really good bike that was. I used to go and do my paper round at 11 and everything with it, okay? I used to do wheelies. I could put my hands behind my back and just ride back, you know what I mean? Because, you see, once you ride a bike, you never forget. Just like once you swim, you learn to swim, you never forget. Okay, my delicious babies. Now, the one year, my sister, she wanted walkie-talkies. So she got these walkie-talkies, and it went a good distance, actually, my delicious baby. So, I used to find out where she was, and she used to find out where I were. And then, we used to go, where are you? Over and out. Do you follow me, my delicious babies? Yes. I'm going to leave it like that. I'm hoping, there we are, that you're following what I'm talking about. Do you know what I mean? Yes. Okay. Now then, the point is, the way I see it is, they got the feelers out. You know what I mean? Munchy, 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 munchy. Let's see what we can feel. Let's just see, the mood of the world now, shall we? There we are, shall we? Okay. So that's what I'm going to say about that. Now, finally, my delicious babies, and by the way, those will be one-offs that I'm advertising. Apart from me, lovely Duran and my beautiful little Alex Cristoforo. I have my regular ones who I advertise, okay? Like our lovely Trending on Iconic, our lovely davidart.com, with everybody not in that way, and our lovely UK column. Of course, they have their own website. Well, for most, they have their own websites anyway. And I always advertise me regular who I enjoy listening to. Okay, my delicious little babies, this is what I do. I do the rounds, and there we are, all of this as a hobby. Before I mention the very last video, Kawams, please, I really want him to get help now. Not in that way, not in that way, not in that way with anybody, okay? Gloomy, capital G, space, Sunday, capital S, space T, traveller with one L. Okay, my delicious little babies, yes. The point is, okay, I think he's up to 18.1 thousand subscribers. Now, I really want him, there we are, to receive the help. Now, I got where he was coming from because I made a comment the other day, and then he explained that somebody was helping him out, bless, for a few weeks, okay? Because I was a little bit confused with how he's, do you know what I mean? Anyway, once he explained it, but all I want him to do, my delicious babies, there we are, is prosper. Now, not in that way, not in that way. There's a reason why I'm doing it. Now, the fact of the matter is, because basically what's happened, because of this jibby jab, okay, you're going to have some very weak mankind men, okay, whereas otherwise, not for all, but otherwise they would have been a lot stronger, okay, my delicious babies, okay. Your man there now keeps himself as fit as F, do you know what I mean, my delicious babies? But not only that, he's intelligent with a noddle. But he's on YouTube, my delicious babies. So for anybody out there we are, please, can somebody, there we are, offer him a job? I mean, I suggested in the comments, you know, so they said, why don't you go into parcels or just something like that? Because there is good ching, 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 ching. There is good ching in that. I knew somebody who did 3 rounds, start at 7 in the morning, end at 3. He was only, I think, about 33, 36. And he was on at the fair at Crimbo, you know, that everybody calls it Christmas. And he was reckoning, what was it, between 5 and 6 grand. That's not curd in my delicious babies, and that's just for 1 month. Okay, so he said to him, you know, there might be one where you can get a van with it. Do you know what I mean? If you've got a driver's license, but please, if there's anybody out there, we need more of this kind of not in that way, not in that way, of these young men. Okay, my delicious babies, okay, because he's got a noddle, keeps himself damn fit now. Okay, and it's just such a shame because he can give. There are others like it as well who very sadly are homeless. Not, I'm so sorry to have to say it. I do not mean this in a nasty, rude way. I hope that everybody can be helped. But the fact of the matter is, you only have a small handful of the same kind of man like himself, and I want to see him prosper. I want somebody, there we are, out there, there we are, to help this man. Please and thank you. I'm asking in my camera because you're not talking about a silly man now. He's also done a lot, it appears, in his life, Martin Babies, and where he's travelled and everything. It would really pay one's only a little bit of time out of one's day on that to please and thank you. Even take a look at some of his other videos. You know what I mean? He's very, there we are, knowledgeable, but he's clued up. There we are, up here, and this is what we need, Martin Babies, not ones who are like a forgive the I've just had that spelt out to myself like a wet weekend. You know what I mean, Martin Babies? You want ones that we are who got a noddle and who's prepared to use it. I'm not inciting anything, but to make the world a better place. Okay, Martin Babies, okay? And there is somebody in every city like it, every country like it. Okay, Martin Babies, but like I said, I'm not inciting anything. I'm just saying. Now then, Martin Babies, you know, some, there we are, they really do deserve a chance. And that poor man there now then, there we are, he deserves a chance. Okay, and others, the small percentage, you know, like, there we are, like himself. How can it be with the intelligence now and the poor man cannot get a job? What the hell is going on? Do you follow what I'm saying? Yes. Anyway, if anybody can help who hears my video, please, or if they know somebody who can help him, get him off the street, get the man off the street, get him in a job and get him where he's got a roof over his head, food, because he's got food in his tummy, but where all he wants to do there is pay his own way, his own way. Simple things. Do you know what I mean, Martin Babies? Yes, finally. Now, you see, I've had to fish around, and I'll tell you who I like, not in that way, not in that way, who I also like listening to. I used to listen to her on BitChute as well, Maria Zeee. Okay, once again, I'm not talking to the journalists who already know about Maria Zeee, because you all do. You know, not in that way, not in that way, clearly. But for anybody who's not heard of this dear woman, right? Now, her channel, so it looks like she's just had to restart again, it looks to myself, happens to have 12.5 thousand subscribers. I'll spell it for you, the uploader. Capital Z, Z, then it's 3 E's, egg, space, capital M, media. That's dear Maria's channel, bless her, kind, not in that way, not in that way. And the video should read, and this is it 38 minutes long? First country announces lockdown over global oil crisis. Okay, my delicious little babies, I'm just going to repeat this again for you, shall I? First country announces lockdown over global oil crisis. And guess which one that is, my delicious little babies, okay? So we need to go backwards because that's where we need to go, isn't it? Yes? It's only effing India, man. And if you listen to the leader, okay, you need to listen to this. Like I said, I'm not talking to any journalists who have already heard this speech, okay? I'm talking to our delicious babies who have not, okay? Now, that leader of India, Martinish babies, I'm not talking about population, I'm talking about he's a effing shithead, man. There we are, the biggest shithead going. And he's telling everybody to, to catch trains and everything. And what he's saying is, that he occasionally, well, from time to time, figure of speech, so to speak, because, not the exact words, that from time to time he will go in a car. You're full of effing shit, you are. What's his name? Mordi. Mordi, the best thing to do, get back under your rock. There we are, from where you come from, isn't it? You piece of shit, man. So you're telling your population, and of course, one's going to hear this around the world, isn't it? What you're wanting is everyone to lock down so that you can sit there and eat and drink as you please, isn't it? And fly wherever you want to fly and go in a car. But you're telling everybody else to catch a Lego electric effing train, man. F off nasty. Mordy, F off nasty. Get on your back and pedal fast. And I'm sending that video out, Maria. Bless your heart. Not in that way, not in that way. I'm sending that video out, there we are, to everybody in my dog and bone. I do not have a lot in my dog and bone, but I'm going to send it out. Because you see, you're still going to get one smart about it. It's going to listen to this shit, isn't it? Very sadly. Now, I spoke to somebody yesterday, my babies, then I'm going to be over and out. And they happened to tell me that when the old COVID came out, my babies, my video is going to take many hours to upload. It'll probably put me back on blank tape. It looks like a little tape. It'll put me back on that you watch. Then it'll take hours upon hours, And then following that, I won't be able to comment. So they'll probably stick me on pause again. This is what they've been doing all week, my babies. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I've sent comments to who I wanted to. There we are. And that is the important thing. I send normal comments and then I send my hearts and, flowers to my beautiful little Alex Christopher, okay? Because he's wonderful, gorgeous and delish. Now then, my delish little babies, so this is what's happening. But once you listen to that now then, okay, all that they're trying to do, there we are, is repeat the same damn shit, okay? And he's trying to get all his population, knowing full well that these are going to lose work, everything now. Piece of shit, man. There we are. I was listening, I'm not even all the way through it, but piece of effing shit. If ever you effing had one now. And of course the other leaders, there we are, they're all going to be doing the same damn thing, isn't it? But getting back to this very quickly, one I wanted to tell you. So I was talking to somebody, and when they were out of work, the old COVID, and they took this job, because they needed a ching, 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 and it was, handing out these tests, them PCR tests that you have to do 50,000 cycles to get something. Yeah, those ones, my delicious babies, and I knew plenty who were doing these tests. It was damn rank disgusting, man. This is a level of brainwashing, my delicious babies. That was just sheer fear, because they have families and everything. They were so scared, but never once took the time, and this is not me being a bitch, I'm just done saying it the way it is, never once took the time to say, well, why would somebody wanting to push things out now this quickly? What is in it? But nobody took the time for that, but they soon flipping suck up to the PCR, isn't it? And wear a muzzle mask, for those who did. Get back to the matter in hand. So anyway, who I spoke to, they were very pleasant, so I'm not going to say there wasn't, okay? Not in that way. But they took one of those jobs at that time. Now, I never knew. I'm pretty sure that probably other journalists will know, whatever, I'm not a journalist anyway, neither do I want to be. I just do this as a hobby, my delicious babies. But anyway, I like to feel, there we are, that I'm talking damn well common sense, there we are, which I fully well know that I am. And by the way, I do not run off ego. Everybody knows that with myself. So now, apparently, to hand out these PCR tests, my delicious babies, got 1,500 ka-ching a month. Ka-ching, ka-ching, ching, ching, ching. Look at that. Especially with the old pop-up tents, the old Nightingale. Remember the Nightingale? Oh, I heard on another video, my delicious babies, they brought the same one out. Is it the Shakespeare? That Mr. Shakespeare? I think if they brought him back out. Anyway, something about, if it's not he, they brought somebody out that the first time around, that they brought somebody out, I think the second time around they've done it. So if ones cannot see it by now, Martinish babies, I really just do not know what else to say. Okay, I just do not know. Okay, but the one thing about myself now, I have been telling others, please, I beg you, the Lord of mercy, do not pay attention, ignore it. It's a load of shit. It's a load of rubbish, man. It's a load of shit. Okay, but very sadly, you're still going to get ones who believe in this shit. But when I found out it was 1500 Ching, I thought that's a mighty lot, isn't it? Apparently, the supervisors, who are supervising over the ones who are handing out the PCRs, they got paid even more. Look at that. What's the colour of money? You know what I mean, Martin babies, yes. Can you see how this rocks and rolls? Okay, so one hand now, wash the other, then pay the next, then pay the next, then pay the next. That's how it goes. You see what I mean, Martin little babies? Yes. So, of course, they're trying this shit again. You know what I mean? In the hope that everybody's going to fall for this shit. But, of course, the only ones who will, very sadly, are the ones who had the booster. Like I said, what was it, a couple of months ago on one of my other videos? I haven't seen somebody forever for years. And they took about 10. And now their health isn't good at all, can hardly walk or anything, Marty, little babies are. So ones do not realise when somebody's trying to murder them. Na 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 na. Okay? So this is what I'm done saying. Extraordinary, just like a strawberry. My lips are burned, baby, all of the time. Yep. If you look at the strawberries, I moulted again. Yeah. Mould in homes, mould in everywhere, Martinish little babies, you know what I mean? Yes. And these are supposed to be ones in the country. There we are, supposedly on our side trying to help us. I don't think so. Anyway, so wherever you are in the world, whether it's morning, afternoon, or evening, please have a super duper delicious time. You only get one life, my little honey bunnies. Sending peace, love, harmony, and bright blessings to each and every one of you. May your beautiful little selves, your beautiful little families, may you all be fully protected, and how I love you so. You're wonderful, juicy, delicious, and I love you. So until my next video, thank you once again so very much for taking time to even listen to my videos. I'm not bonkers, crackers, or crazy. No. I'm far from it. Okay, what I'm trying to do right now, the same as others, there we are, is to save others' lives. Okay, Martin, baby, so we're even going to see if my video even goes up. Okay, and it'll probably, like I say, on blank tape because YouTube lets myself know that they're not a liking. Well, when the truth comes out my trap, comes out my mouth, now then, I'm only done telling the truth, isn't it? And my beautiful dear creator, now then, there we are, love the truth. You see, there we are. Okay, my babies. The sun has got his hat on, hip, 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 hooray. It may look all wonderful and delicious, but you've got a very dark sky and the sun is out, but it is very chilly below. Okay, my little babies, so you look after now. Thank you. Love ya. Take care. Goodbye.